Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
I know that a lot of the people who watch the videos that we do on YouTube are young, very young. And I know a lot of the people who are in our chat room are young, very young, because we're all geeks. We all love technology. And there's nothing wrong with that, I think, so long as it's done under supervision or the adult knows what's going on. It's very important. I am 34 years old. I do not have any children. I do feel sometimes, though, like an adopted father to some of you guys. Kind of scary. Not to the 19-year-olds, though, or the younger age. I know there's a 12-year-old in our chat room right now, but that's why we try to keep everything G-rated and nice and clean and, you know, treat everybody with respect and everything. I'm not going to ground you, don't worry. I might tase you, bro. You never know. I've got top 5 tips to keep your child safe online. This video goes out to all you parents. Number 1, monitor use of email programs for programs such as MSN, AIM, and Yahoo Messenger. Make sure you know who your child chats with and when they're chatting with those people. Make sure if they get into the chat room, like at live.pirillo.com, you know if they're getting into a private chat with others, or make sure they know to get off it if someone makes them feel uncomfortable. It's very important. It's one of the reasons why we have a zero tolerance policy to a lot of things that should not happen in real life or on chat rooms. We're very responsible around here. Number 2, keep parental blocks turned on and block all sites that could harm your child or violate their privacy. Block pornographic sites, sites like MySpace, Facebook, etc., because people may be able to find such personal information about them. If they do get on a site like MySpace, monitor their friends list and look at all the pictures that they upload to make sure they don't give a stalker the perfect hunting photo. Also, make sure there are not any inappropriate comments in their profile. They are on YouTube. Be sure they don't upload any inappropriate videos on there. And make sure they don't have dirty comments on there like "you're hot" or "hey hot" stuff. It's important, both males and females. And I know someone in there, and I didn't quite catch the name, was mentioning OpenDNS.com. A great way to manage a lot of that stuff and block that stuff outright. Number 3, and my parents, my mom specifically, tried to do this. Kind of worked. Limit time on the computer. If you limit the time your child's on the computer, you can better monitor what's going on. Also, if they spend less time on the computer, there's less time for them to get in trouble on there. Don't let them go on the computer with friends while you're gone, because they may get into way too much mischief. Also, don't let your child spend time on the computer past their bedtime, because it'll interfere with their sleep. Don't allow the computer to be turned on while they're doing their homework unless a computer is required to do it. And, you know, I've got a couple more tips to throw in here, but I think really the bottom line is, as an adult, as a parent, you have to maintain communication. Open lines of communication are important. You also have to be involved. Even if you don't know much about computers or technology, that doesn't mean that your child does as well. Or they may know more. In fact, they probably do. But that doesn't mean that you should be less involved. That means you should actually be more involved. I can tell you this, and I'm sure my child will hate me for this, but you're darn right, I'll be monitoring, and I'll let them know I'll be monitoring, and the checks will be random. It's very open, very transparent. It's the hope is that I would guide them to make the right decisions. Certainly, children these days are facing different factors, social factors, economic factors, just things to do online are different than when we didn't have an online at all. It's kind of hard for, I'm sure, some of you kids to imagine right now. Bullying is a big part of it, but hey, I had a bully in high school, and I was, thanks for telling me I rock. I don't rock that hard. But you know, bullies are in real life. If it happens in real life, it can happen online. Number 4, keep the computer in a position where you'll always be able to see it, so you're able to see what's on the screen. Every now and then, walk by the computer, glance at the screen to see what they're typing or saying if they're in MSN or Yahoo. If your child's computer is located in a different room than the one your computer is in, consider setting up a webcam so you can see what's going on in the room the computer your child is on. Also, always let your child know that what you are doing, and if you are looking at their history, so they don't feel you're invading their privacy. So again, transparency is important. You may go as far as to install some kind of keylogger, and I think a parent has every right to do that and to monitor the things that the child is doing. As I said, the internet is it's different than it's just different. And like I said, I know I've got kids in this chat room right now. One of the reasons why I do my best to act my age, I'm 22 years older than some people in the chat room, and that's my age. I am mature enough to handle, and I've had this experience that's built up over time. But I know kids don't, and you see that in a lot of activity online. I mean, I could read something and tell you just about the age of the person who's written it or done something. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but over time you get older, you get wiser, and I honestly can't wait until I'm 22 years older than what I am right now, because I know I'll be that much wiser. But that makes me all the much more cautious and cognizant of people who are younger than me and haven't had the same experiences and haven't gained the maturity to handle some of the things that happen online, these tools that are online, including places like YouTube. Number 5, make up a contract for your child to sign so they'll know all the rules that are supposed to be followed while on the internet. If the contract is broken, punish your child, but don't threaten to take the internet away from them. All that'll do is just cause them to get mad and start to not like you. Punishment could be banning them from MSN or YouTube for a few days, or cutting the time on the computer short every night for a week. Just remember, don't take the internet away, because some things that people have a part of their social life on the internet, or may even want the internet to learn new things. You got to take the good with the bad when it comes to the internet. Stay active. Be proactive. I would say I think it's fine to keep a computer in your room if you're a kid. That's fine as long as you're responsible enough to handle it. If you can handle the responsibility, and I cannot wait. I mean, I do it now. I teach everybody kind of bare bones. Ponzi hates me sometimes because I'll say, well, you could make money by doing X, Y, or Z. Now, I can't wait to share that with my child and say, look, you can, instead of mowing lawns, you could do it this way and make money. To be active and to be proactive is very, 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 very important. You have to be, the adult has to be as responsible, if not more responsible, than the child, and for the child. And I mean this in every way. I mean, you're going to be a child until 17, 18 years of age, and then you're at that point, I'd consider you an adult, or certainly someone who's smart enough to know what you can and cannot do. And I'm sure people will agree and disagree with the things that I'm saying. I'm just giving you my opinion. That's all it is. It's based on this top 5 list that's submitted to me by this community member. I've got my ideas and my opinions. You probably got your own ideas and your own opinions. You may even have your own top 5 list. If you've got a top 5 list of any kind, you can send it over to me. Chris@Pirillo.com is my email address. And I really don't... See, to me, the internet it's difficult because I can't tell how old someone is outright, and I don't ask people's ages. I respond to each email pretty much the same way. But that's the great thing about the internet, is that on the internet, nobody knows you're a dog. But sometimes that can be bad. Sometimes that can be good. Just depends on how mature you are. Anyway, we are, for the most part, mature. I mean, I like having fun too. I'm never going to lose that sense of humor, no matter how old I get, or how much more mature I get. I'm sure Ponzi would disagree. She says that we've already got a kid in the house. So if you'd like to stop by the chat room, feel free to. With or without adult supervision, we're adults and we try to keep things as clean as possible. We have a zero tolerance policy for a lot of things that need zero tolerance. It's important, especially in chat rooms where people are just raw. The chat is PG. It is. I will tell you, it is PG. But I'm a PG kind of guy. I'm not a G rated at all. So just know, if you've got a G rating for your household, then I'm not the person you want to be hanging out with, that's for sure. Sometimes if you get around me, it's PG-13. Just never know, right? You never know. Anyway, you're welcome to stop by the chat room if you want to talk about this stuff. I mean, like I said, I don't have a kid, and I know a lot of kids will be stopping by. I mean, just curious what you guys are thinking. We're typically talking about hardware, software, internet, social issues. We get into it all, really. And we're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at live.pirillo.com. We'll see you later.